foundation? How long did it take you to complete it? And how long did it take you to get a job? So just in case you guys lost me, the question is in the chat. So you guys can take a look at that. And yeah, I'll start off with Christy right now, if that's okay. And then y'all can just choose whichever one wants to go first.
In terms of foundation, I got it as like a Christmas gift, and it said that I could start foundation any Monday that I choose. So I did the enrollment, I want to say like December 28th. And when I started, I want to say January 26th. And when I finished in April. Just because like with me, it took me a while and I'm not as cool or popular. So with foundation, the first thing that you get to do is user interviews and interview people. And some people I couldn't find. And I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go find some people. It was pretty easy. Again, I only have like 5 friends, so I'm not as popular as you guys think I am. But I'm pretty sure most of you guys are popular, so it's easier to do. In terms of feedback, I got feedback really great. And I think the other question was, how long did it take for me to get my job? So in terms of getting my job, actually, it took me 3 months where I actually got an offer. However, they did not have the budget to bring me on board. So once that happened, because one thing that they say in CJ, a career jumpstart, is always apply, even if you feel like an offer is coming still. If it's not in writing, guys, it does not exist. If it's not in writing, if it's verbal, that's nice. But if it's not in black and white, it does not exist. So then after that, it took me 2 weeks to get my job after the other offer that I got, but that did not go through. And again, everyone here is very supportive. And me personally, I was putting out like at least 124 applications a day. But again, I did not have a full-time job, so I had the time.
I'm trying to unmute myself and I'm like, how do I do this? But no, that's awesome. And where are you currently employed at right now?
I live in Massachusetts, so I'm currently employed with Plymouth Rock Insurance. So it's an insurance company. And one thing that I also want to say is once you do this, a lot of people say, what field do you want to work in? I'm like, any. They're like, no, what field do you want to work in? You sometimes now I'm like, okay, now I see what you guys meant. But I love it.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for letting us know a little bit more about your experience with foundations and Career Jumpstart. Nikki, if you want to go next.
Yeah, so I started foundations, I think around the same time. It was like the 3rd week of January this year. I stretched it out because I was very unsure of myself. So I don't think I finished until the 16th week. Like I wanted to make sure that I was an expert, and I was not, but before moving on, I just needed to feel more secure. And once I finished that, I signed up immediately for Career Jumpstart. And that took me 3 months. Also because instead of doing just 3 projects, I decided to jump on another one because I was also scared to start applying. That imposter syndrome hits hard sometimes. And when I finally did start applying, it took me 2 months, 8 weeks to land a job. And I am currently employed as a contractor at Disney. So
that's super exciting, like Disney.
Yes.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Awesome. What about you and Kosi?
I started foundations. It was around Ramadan, so April, and on top of Ramadan, I was working, and then towards the end, I actually started really working full time. I think it took me from April to July. I can't do the math in my head right now, but that span of months. And then when I started Career Jumpstart, I was working full time during that. So I think it took me July, August. I think it took me until September, until I started applying for jobs, or maybe October. But yeah, around that range as well. And I got my first offer in I'm sorry, y'all. There's so many dates, but it's December. It was November the 3rd around then, when I got my first offer. And I was applying to I think like even during my job, I was applying to jobs on the toilet. I'd be easy applying on LinkedIn. Like there was never a point in time where I wasn't applying to jobs. It was so bad that my friends were like, bro, like we're supposed to be kicking. I would be like on Indeed, like applying. So yeah, I was pretty adamant once I had my portfolio and felt confident in that. I was just like, at this point, like I know rejections are gonna come, so I'm gonna apply to as many as I can, because the worst thing they can say is no. But I know eventually, like, you know, the interviews and eventually an offer is gonna come in. So yeah, I started at Credera on the 28th, and yeah, it's been great.